Everyone is just telling you what to do. Speak up, believe in yourself, be confident. But how do you actually do that? Most people get this completely backwards. They suggest an action, an emotion for you to do, which are the results of some internal processes. And even if you tell you how to do that, what is the chance you will actually get it right? When you try something new that you have never done before, you need three things. You need a reason, you need a skill, and you need emotional alignment with that thing. That is why change feels so slow sometimes. And people call it incongruence. When your mind and body, when your words and emotions do not align, it is when you don't even believe what you're saying or thinking. Let's explore what confidence actually means. According to the Oxford Dictionary, confidence is a feeling of self-assurance arising from one's appreciation of one's own abilities or qualities. This is when you actually have proof that what you say is actually aligned with what you do and how you act. So what is confidence evolutionarily? Why did it evolve and how did it evolve? Nobody talks about this part, but confidence is a behavioral and psychological marker of internal predictability. So it is when you are comfortable in an environment to act how you want to act, to achieve things that you want to achieve. Isn't that interesting? That suggests that the more you understand your environment, the more exposed you are in your environment, you absorb things and you are able to predict how someone is going to act, what is going to happen, and what skills you need, what emotions you need. And then you just have this confirmation that what you do is actually achieving the results that you want. So when people say speak confidently, they mean that your words and emotions, your nervous system need to be aligning and actually owning your own reality, your own truth. In acting, we call this bodily and emotional alignment subtext. You can say many different things. You can formulate what you want to be saying. You can have a huge vocabulary. You can be saying so many different things in so many different ways. But if your emotions and your body doesn't align with what you're saying, people will not believe what you're saying. And people are very, very good at spotting if someone is believable or not. Even if it doesn't occur to you, even if you do not know it consciously, you will feel when someone is out of alignment with what they are saying. So here is what I realized. We can rewrite our stories, how we act in situations, how confident we feel by just thinking them through. Let me explain. I was part of a production and I needed to do a scene where I needed to hit someone with a book. And I have never really hit anyone with a book. And I needed to be very, very intense about that. And I just didn't actually know what is going on in the person's head who actually would hit someone to death with a book. And I really needed to think it through. So I would act completely differently when I'm with a book to how my character acted. And how would I do that? So I started writing about it. And what I noticed is that I can slow down my thinking and I can aim my thinking into rewriting that automatic narrative, what I would put onto the situation. And I managed to think it through moment by moment, and I could feel things emerge in me, emotionally and in my head as well, the associations. And later on, I applied this to real life situations where I didn't act in a way I wanted to act, where I didn't feel as confident as I wanted to feel. So this process of actually rewriting your story is real. I'm going to elaborate on the power of rewriting our own stories and how it shaped some narratives and some stories that I've been saying publicly. I found these 3 steps of the embodied confidence protocol really, really powerful. It grounds you, it creates a choice, and you can actually choose the energy you want to bring into situations. So the first step is what is the basic of everything that you do. It is how your nervous system learns. It is when you feel like you have perspective. It is when you're not narrowed into a tunnel vision and you're riding on your emotions. It is when you have the perspective, have the choice, have the mental flexibility to actually see things from a different point of view. So the first step is regulation. It is when you feel safe. You have to get your nervous system, you have to trick your nervous system if you want, to feel safe in the environment you choose to. And that is just an emotional sort of habit that you can acquire. So you need to be practicing safety if you want to be confident. Think about it. Every confident person in your life feels safe in their skin, in their environment, and they radiate that. If you're confident, you are embodying that confidence. You are not going to be put off by someone else's opinion, by someone else's reaction. You are confident in yourself. And that is the most powerful part of this, because then you are open. Your nervous system is open. How you communicate, your body language is open. And what you're saying will make more sense, because you're not just narrowing your focus down and you're not freezing your brain, you're not freezing emotionally. You're actually fluid when you're safe. And that is just an internal safety. And you can get your body to get used to that. So the second step is when you get out of that need to be perfect, when something needs to be in a certain way, when you have an assumption, when you have an expectation of something that needs to be in a certain way. Or the things about that situation that it should be like that, I should be like that, I need to do that. The things about that situation, they need to be in that certain way. I need to be in that certain way. It should be like that. I should be doing this. Blah, 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 blah. So these create just a wall between what you want and what you are doing. And it basically steals the authenticity and autonomy from you, and it puts you into a victim state. So instead of giving away your power and saying that this should be, I should be, or I need to be, you can choose phrases like you choose this to be, or you get to do this, because then how you are relating to that situation will completely change, and you are going to be owning that situation. So you have to be believing, you have to be using a different language in order to feel confident. So once you feel safe, you feel like that is your choice to be done, and you own that. The third step is to choose your energy. So what energy are we talking about? Because everything is energy, and energy cannot be stopped, just transmuted. It just changes. So how you're feeling in your body right now, who you are right now, what is the emotional energy that you're transmitting to the outside? People know your energy before you say anything. When you walk into a room, your energy walks in before you say anything. Your energy actually drives what you are saying and how it comes across. The stronger someone's energy is, the more likely he is to transmit the energy onto other people. It's the same when you're feeling depressed or when you feel motivated and inspired. If you feel depressed and if you're very committed to that state, you probably notice that other people's energy will go down to your level. If you do not want to be changing, then you can be loving that state, and that can be the state that you're comfortable with. But it's not productive socially, it's not productive for yourself. So you might as well decide to feel somehow differently. And the way to feel different is to put your body in a different state, because how your body, how your physiology is actually that is how you're feeling. So it works both ways. If you're doing that, you will feel the emotion. If you are expanding, you will feel the emotion. But also, if you're already feeling bad, your body will follow it. And if you're feeling good, your body expanding. So when you walk into a situation, decide how you want to be, decide how you want to appear, and actually embody that state. Step into that state and be convinced that you are there emotionally. So once you rewrite your own story and you reframe it in a positive way, in an empowering way, it will start affecting you so much more differently. And not just you, but other people in your life. Your energy will be different. How you act, what energy you radiate is going to be different because you have changed the story that you have lived underneath so far that have made you act in certain ways. So you start acting differently as a result of you reconstructing your own stories. So confidence isn't about being someone else. It's about being authentically even more you. It's about embodying that safety and choice that you have in your life and owning it instead of giving away your power and feeling like you're a victim. It is about who you were before you started doubting yourself. So if this resonated, share it with someone who has been trying to act confidently and see what they can get out of this. In my next video, we'll dive into speaking with emotional power. It's how you can turn embodied confidence into magnetic communication. See you next time.